inside his own 15, looking for room. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. The Cardinals team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. From the gun, running back on the move. Fumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
Right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. You didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
Got it behind the line. It's Johnson. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. Not when they're nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. And you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
To the air, it's Rayola. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. The Huskers will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. And he made the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball. carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The option look. He'll toss it. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job. Assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They were able to make a quick stop.
He'll keep it himself. He's not going to make it. What a job for this defense to stop him in his tracks.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Fourth down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lane, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense and offense.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
I gotta love how this defense started the football game. They forced the punt on the first drive. First play now, come out, set the tone. Great run defense, forcing a negative play and putting their defense in a good spot.
Looking to throw, it's Rayola. Makes the grab. No chance to run, and they still going forward. The Cornhuskers in the hurry up. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Johnson. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. And the Huskers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll put their return to a stop with the 33 with the offense set up in pretty good field position. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
And the Mountaineers can really attack on this second and short. Takes the handoff. It's White. Turning it on. Smashes through the tackle. The 20. Touchdown, West Virginia. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
Jump on it, and they'll maintain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them, so a nice job being able to bounce back on that. Head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Tempo and overdrive.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncovered.
Nebraska's had a lot of guys to beat over the years. Mike Rozier, Roger Craig, I am him. But you don't know who's going to get it with his running attack.
Yeah, but I do know this. this, Reese. Whoever gets it is going to run the football physically. And Nebraska is going to be very happy. Their fan base will be jacked if they establish the physical ground game, because that's who they are.
The Huskers will hustle to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
The handoff to Johnson. To the 43-yard line, and a first down for this offense.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on the last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
To the ground with the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Cornhuskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air, it's Rayola. Fires to the middle. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again. Receiving touchdown on the year.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not convinced this team doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in them. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand new game. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to do that. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. From the gun, the ground game. Makes guys miss. That's what he does as he's out to the 20.
Winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Using his legs, it's White. He's up to 86 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yards.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Quick pass on the jet motion. Breaks into the open. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
That's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. And now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
They'll give it to the back. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this back.
The give on the option. Nice move to pick up yardage. Pass the tag. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
The short hand, it's Mills. He's got enough for the first down. They'll slide it at the 37. And the Huskers moving quickly to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Looking for a man. It's Raiola. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. The Huskers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Gonna look downfield again. That's a big shot.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Got the first down. Looking for more. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. Runs through a tackle. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space. can stop. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
That's definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to do that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going forward on your own end, there really ain't nothing anymore.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Makes his man miss. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. A bold decision to go forward on fourth down and one that did not pay off. Looking to throw, it's Rayola. Going for the big play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early. He's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives. They've scored 2 touchdowns. And here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete. But if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. And he's able to shed one tackle and get some pretty good pickup. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky.
job on the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they're delivering energy on this big third down. Catch in the middle. It's Vaughn. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move gives him the first down yardage. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback will be slowed down back to 43. Timeout call here by the defense is the first one they've used this game.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that side.
And the Mountaineers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Bringing the heat. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. The defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They're going to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Makes the catch on the left. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Scanning the field, it's Mahan. Wiggles free. Stands in and takes the hit. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their third possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion. But if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. We're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
One more snap coming before halftime. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. They were on the move. The 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. The snap sets up the throw. He's got an open man. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Huskers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 33. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and throwing out success. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive again? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments.
Oh, he's got some space. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's blocking run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that thing.
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
The Mountaineers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun to give to the back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And you know what? The best third down offenses don't get the third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard. Got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down and throw in second down?
Dropping back, it's Mahan. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Vaughn. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Just a short pass to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play to pick up the field.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gives it on the option. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective, trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
But when you've had the day that this guy has had so far, why not hand it off to him on third down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Run, now throw. That's reeled in, it's Hamilton. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag through. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield. Right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that third down. Now, the offense is in an interesting situation.
Just 1 for 3 on 4th down today, but they'll try to move those chains with this play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
They decide to go for it. Decide to be aggressive, trying to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 Russian defense. Let's see if they can step up.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown to Glasgow. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. There's meat. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing, he's working defensively. You got to figure something out. You got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring your might as well just send everybody. Let's everybody look at the results because everything else ain't working anymore.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. Clemson has the lead right now. Feels like they've been on top since they ran down the hill, but they haven't been able to pull it away. They're up by 11 over Duke. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. West Virginia has the offense ready to go to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football type deal. But
There he goes. Oh, what a cut. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Mountaineers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. The give to the running back from the shotgun. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
you know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
And the Mountaineers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Quickly to the tight end. Made a defender miss. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll go to the ground. Sweet spin. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. And finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Touchdown, Mountaineers!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest. Here's the return from inside his 10.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He's in open space downfield. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Raiola. Fires to the middle. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Yeah, the defense knew coming into this game that this offense was going to try and throw it down the middle of the field. So they knew that they were going to have to break on passes, but also be really physical, tackle the catch, and knock the ball away. And they were able to do that there. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That's caught. It's Johnson. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Punt is in the air. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. One final play before the end of the quarter. Quickly out to the tight end. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Dropping back, it's Mahan. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
How nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball. They're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block.
The Mountaineers decide to punt it away. Oh, it's a fake. Unloads it left. And the pass goes incomplete, and they rise up to stop the fake punt on 4th down. They managed to get the throw off, but couldn't get the completion. You always wonder, why not just leave the offense out there and run a pass play? Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep it off.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the 2nd play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Oh, dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity number. Really good job on the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Off the play fake on 1st down, the throw. He's open on the right. Turning it on. Finally corralled and not
spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot. I think everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort, but
Just keeps moving. Touchdown, West Virginia. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Kansas is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Big J isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by a field goal over Colorado. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it this one, Big 12, or anywhere else. Ben?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Snags it upright. And they'll bring him down after the long completion. An explosive pass right from his offense.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. The Huskers are in the hurry-up.
That wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Grab behind the line. It's Johnson. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Raiola. A shot for the end zone.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between the QB and the wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdown passes.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great. Because coverage is going to be tight. Throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, and as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. West Virginia has it in the offense, ready to go to work. Give to the running back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it from the gun. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Grab behind the line. It's Hamilton. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
3rd down is money down. You got to find a way to execute, get the ball out, get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. 4th down now.
Under fire.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Looking downfield, it's Rayola. Quick strike complete.
Touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good. And now in the fourth, they're on a touchdown and an extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a... And he pulled again. And the quarterback goes down to the 17.
Well, the one thing we know about this defense is they've got some exotic looks, and they're not afraid to bring pressure from the second level. That time they brought the free safety, and he was able to get it home in second quarter.
They'll run it from the gun. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. To pass. Incomplete. Thanks to the great defensive pressure there to sort of put them out of rhythm.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He did not get there, and they'll have to give up the football, and they might have just seen this game slip away.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it, everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Finds some fresh air. Brings it in the open. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll try to power their way ahead. Not enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
That's how it's done on third down. It should be no doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
The Cornhuskers will have it first and 10. The give to the tailback. And into the end zone. And they runs it impossible. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point
defense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy in front.
So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
It's been tough with his QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
Spits it out to the back. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Here's a throw downfield late. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by 7 possessions, eat clock, get out of here with the ball.
With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build on this win moving ahead because they've got bigger goals down the road.
They do, and they've shown you some good flashes throughout the season, man. Some moments that really say this team can be really, really good. And so I think you continue to improve. You know at the end of the season, I get to take a vacation. Wherever the bowl game is, we get a free trip with my boys, but there's some work to be done still.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.